Hey, first grade, I'm so excited for our first science lesson together. You're going to need to take out your YouTube workbook. And for today, Monday, May 11th, you'll want to turn to that says Caterpillar Observation Number 1. So after your Monday, May 11th page, that looks like this. You should turn 1, 2, 3 pages. And down at the bottom, it's going to say page number 8. So find this page now. Now, what we're going to do over the next few weeks is watch caterpillars go through a really exciting change. As many of you know, caterpillars don't stay caterpillars. They change into what? Exactly, butterflies. And we're going to watch that change happen as scientists who look really closely at the changes we observe. So, I'm excited to let you know that I got some caterpillars that we can observe in the coming weeks. So my caterpillars are currently in a jar, and you might be wondering, what's that brown stuff at the bottom of the jar? That's actually food for the caterpillars to eat while they're living in there. We'll take another look at the caterpillars in a few minutes, but for now we're going to start reading a book about caterpillars turning into butterflies. Then at the end, we'll take another peek at our caterpillars and get a close look. And finally, at the end in our YouTube workbook, we'll draw what we see as scientists. Let's get to work. To learn more about this exciting change, we're going to be reading this book over the coming weeks. It's called From Caterpillar to Butterfly by Deborah Heiligman. Let's get started. This book says, "Today, a caterpillar came to school in a jar." That makes me think about our caterpillars that are in a jar too. It is eating green leaves. That's a little different than our caterpillars. They're not eating green leaves, they're eating brown food. It is climbing and wiggling. We'll see that with our caterpillars in just a few moments. This tiny caterpillar is going to change. It will change into a beautiful butterfly. Caterpillars usually turn into butterflies outdoors. They live in gardens and meadows and yards. But we will watch our caterpillar change into a butterfly right here in our classroom. This change is called metamorphosis. The word is metamorphosis. Say that word with me. Metamorphosis. That means to change. And just like these students, we're going to watch a caterpillar change into a butterfly, only not in our real classroom, in our virtual classroom. Our caterpillar started out as a tiny egg. The mother butterfly laid the egg on a leaf. Now, we didn't get to see this part. We saw what the egg became, which is caterpillars. But that is how our caterpillars started out. As eggs. I see this writing over here says, the egg is tiny. It is the size of a pinhead. Boy, that is tiny. When the caterpillar hatched out of the egg, it was hungry. It ate its way out of its own eggshell. Then it started to eat green plants right away. A caterpillar's job is to eat and eat and eat. So it will grow and grow and grow. And I see this writing here says, the mother butterfly lays her eggs on plants that the caterpillar will eat. These are called host plants. Boy, that's really smart of nature. The mother lays her eggs where the caterpillars can eat the food right away. Because we know the most important job for a caterpillar is to exactly eat. And eating helps them do what? Exactly, grow. Each day when we come to school, we look at our caterpillar. Each day, it is bigger. And that's already true of the caterpillars that I have here in the jar. I received them in the mail only a few days ago, and they've already gotten bigger. So we're going to see some really exciting changes moving forward. This reading here says the caterpillar eats and grows for 22 to 24 days. How exciting. Our skin grows with us, but a caterpillar's skin does not grow. When the caterpillar gets too big for its skin, the skin splits down the back. I know that sounds painful, but it's actually not painful for the caterpillar at all. The caterpillar crawls right out of its own skin and has new skin underneath. This is called molting. Say that word with me, molting. Our caterpillar will molt 4 to 5 times. That's another change we might expect to see from our caterpillars in the jar. They might also molt as they grow. After many days, our caterpillar is finished growing. It is much bigger than when it first came to school. It is almost as big as my little finger now. Caterpillars do grow fast, and they grow fast because they do so much of what? That's right, eating. We're going to pause our book here for today and pick it up again next Monday for science. And now let's take a closer look at our caterpillars. Now is our chance to get a better look at our caterpillars. The caterpillars in the book were eating green leaves. Our caterpillars are eating something a little different. You probably noticed that brown substance at the bottom. That's the caterpillar's food. As you can see, just like the caterpillars in the book, these are crawling around all over the sides of the glass. When I look closely at them, I see they kind of have like little furs and hairs down the side. That helps them make sure that where they're crawling is safe. They use them kind of like fingers. These caterpillars are also eating non-stop, just like the ones in the book. Eating non-stop helps them grow. Take a close look. Boy, they're really active, huh? They're crawling around a ton. Now that we got a good look at our caterpillars, let's go ahead and start our observation. Now you can turn to your observation page on page 8 of your YouTube workbook. This is where we're going to take a close look at the picture that I've included here of what the caterpillars look like and try to capture on the page in your YouTube workbook. We can get started by drawing the cup. That's a good place to start. Again, draw what you see right now. I see one big caterpillar in the front. And he has lots of little legs and hairs. So I'm going to add those as well. I'm not doing color right now. I'll do that at the end, using either my colored pencils or crayons. And then I see this brown food at the bottom that's helping them grow really big. I see this little curly one over here. So I'll add her into my picture as well. I see she kind of has some light brown and dark brown and even a stripe down her back. I see this caterpillar up here as well, towards the top. And this one's very hairy, so I'll make sure to add that as well as their feet. And then I see another caterpillar down here. I'll add that caterpillar as well. Now I want to think about some labels that I could add. Well, I see definitely the word head. I can add the word head here. It might be hard for you to see, but I do know that there's a head on these caterpillars with little eyes. Something else I noticed that all these caterpillars have for sure are legs. That helps them walk around the cup. I'm going to check off those words because I know I used them already. Another part of the caterpillar that I can label, and I'll draw a line from there, are its eyes. It may be a little hard to see, but they are there, and I'll check it out. And another part that's teeny tiny, but is certainly there as well, are the antennae. The antennae help the caterpillar feel where it's going. It helps it avoid danger. I'll check that off as well. Take whatever time you need now to finish your illustration of what you saw with the caterpillars in the cup. If you want to add color, you should definitely do so once you're finished watching this YouTube video. You can pause your illustration for now and finish it when we're done, or rewind and pause so you can look at that image of the caterpillars in the cup if you need more time. But before we finish, we want to make sure we also do our written response at the bottom. It says, describe the function of the caterpillar's antenna. What we just learned is that the caterpillar's antenna help keep it safe from danger around it. It helps it feel where it's going. So we want to make sure we write a complete sentence at the bottom that we can show our teachers during conferences. Let's think about how we could start this sentence. Describe the function of the caterpillar's antenna. How can I start my words? I agree. The function of the caterpillar's antenna is blank. Now, I know I'll start with a capital, and the word the is a heart word that I know how to spell, and if not, it's in the question. The function of the caterpillar's antenna is blank. Let's write that sentence starter down. I'm going to start with a capital T for the. I know the word function is in the question, so I'll just copy it down. Of and the are heart words, plus they're in the question, so I can copy them as well if I need to. The function of the caterpillar's antenna, both those words are in the question. So I'll just copy them down as well. Don't forget the apostrophe S on caterpillar. Then at the very end, I wrote the word is. It's your job to fill in the rest, first grade, and don't forget a period at the end. When you finish this sentence, go back and add some color to your picture. We can't wait as your first grade teachers to see your work on your first science observation. And remember, if you need to see the caterpillars in the cup to get more details and color in your picture that feels accurate to real life, just rewind the video a little bit and pause on that image of the cup again so that you can catch all those details. I can't wait to check in next time and see what's happening with our caterpillars. Thanks for doing science with me, first grade.